We're talking about is licking toads to get high. Now, for years, various Indians of Central America have ingested the hallucinogenic secretions of toads, but that practice, according to the Drug Enforcement Administration, is against the law. At first glance, the toad does not look like a criminal.
Lick the toad, lick the toad, lick the toad, lick the toad.
They call him Narco Toad. On the street, he's also known by his alias, Bufo Marinus. He and his cousin, Bufo Alvarius, are dangerous dudes. They deal in a mind-scrambling substance that defends against intruders. It all comes from a little gland behind the toad's head.
When bitten, the toad secretes a milky white fluid from its parotid glands that can poison its attacker, making them extremely ill and sometimes causing cardiac arrest.
Watch whatever crap comes on next. Coming up next!
Live from the Hive.
The organization took to their Facebook page last week to caution visitors not to lick the Sonoran desert toad. Don't lick it. If you're wondering why anyone would want to do that, well, let's explain. Apparently, this particular species of toad secretes a psychedelic toxin that leads to hallucinations if ingested, but can also make humans really sick, leaving people incapacitated for up to 30 minutes. Well, the NPS didn't say if a particular incident prompted their public service announcement, but a recent report from the New York Times says there has been an increased demand for the poison recently. Perhaps that's the reason the Park Service felt it necessary to remind visitors not to lick toads.
Ew, gross, man. You okay?
Whoa, everything's so significant. Dude, you gotta try this.
Not even. It's got your germs on it.
Not this end.
Oh, I can see the air. And you know what else?
The hallucinogenic compound of bufotoxin sometimes do create a feeling of airiness or flying and things like that, and we believe that the witches flying around on broomsticks is probably due to the toad component of the witch's brew.
While the psychedelic bufotine has been detected in dozens of toad species, Bufo alvarius is the only amphibian known to biosynthesize its O-methyl homolog, 5-MeO-DMT. The toad's neck and limbs carry numerous protuberant glands marked by pores through which venom is excreted from subcutaneous lobules that contain the enzyme responsible for biosynthetic conversion of bufotenine to 5-MeO-DMT, in addition to the production of other tryptamines and cardiotoxic steroids.
Ooh, check it out, man. The licking toad. Yeah, licking toad, man. Lick the toad.
The National Park Service says if you see a toad in the wild, keep your tongue in your mouth.
That substance is bitter and foul tasting. It blocks nerve transmission. It can affect the heart. It also can get you high.
Nothing. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Huh?
These are crystallized secretions from a toad. A substance like this killed 4 people in Australia last year. In fact, possessing the secretion with intent to use it to get high is a federal offense.
In order to do any legal action against a person, we'd have to prove drug intent, that you, like conspiracy to lick a toad or conspiracy to sell a toad to lick or something of that sort.
Anything yet?
Are you sure you're licking right?
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's supposed to pack an awesome buzz.
If you want to get one of these toads, forget it. The zoo tells us that Bufo marinus is restricted in California. The toad has been introduced in places like Florida, and it's done a lot of damage there. It's also a potentially dangerous toad, and certainly one you would never want to lick. Sylvia?
Never.
Ever? Ever?
No.
Okay, thanks.
Good morning, my beauties and bees. It is Saturday, and we are live from the Hive as expected. I am looking outside, and I got dressed, and I wore my mushroom hunting outfit today, and now it looks like it's going to be rainy, so I may not get to go mushroom hunting at all. Oh well, I haven't been. It's probably still a little bit too early, but if as warm as it's been this week, the mushrooms are I can't imagine with it being consecutive in the reaching 80 degrees 3 days. And I was like that. I think that's like 30 or 28 degrees or something in Celsius. My conversion tables in my head are messed. So I think it's like 28 degrees. Anyway, so I can't imagine there's not mushrooms popping out there, and I love mushrooms. I love morels. Probably one of my favorite mushrooms are one of my favorite food. They may be my favorite food now that I think about it. So I was hoping to be able to get out, but it looks like it's raining. Or going to rain all, or maybe it'll rain and then clear off. But I'm betting it'll rain and then get cold, which means I'll probably want to change my clothes because I don't have any meat, like any fat, so I just get cold. It just goes right into my bones. So if it gets below, oh my gosh, there was some thunder right there. If it gets below about 72 degrees, I bundle up. that's Bree. I get super cold. I just want to say hi to everybody I see out here in the chat. Everybody popped in early today. It was by the time I got here, it was already full of talk. We got UC Love and Cosmic Kyle. We got Sandy. We got Jacob. We got Satan. I love when Satan shows up. Satan was the first person to ask for, or the first person was the first individual to ask for human rights. So go Satan. We appreciate you. You paved the way for us. We got One Ring 42, always rolling that initiative. He says, they said, I am a dwarf and I am digging a hole. Diggy hole. Yeah. The word dwarf is a funny word because in some contexts it can be offensive to refer to someone as a dwarf. I was actually in a conversation about that over the weekend, but dwarf in the concept of a fantasy race. We're going to talk about those ad nauseum here, and if they're part of cryptozoology, we're going to talk about them as dwarfs too. So that's just going to be something people will have to deal with. It has been pointed out to me that some of the verbiage that I've been using was offensive. I'm going to stop using like boomer and things like that, just because someone told me that it bothered them, and that's okay. I tell me if I'm saying things that offend you, because I don't want to. I want everybody to feel welcome and included here. And let's see, who else do we got? We have Look at the Trees. We have Greg Hartwick. I think I already said hi to Kyle, but hi again, Kyle, just because. We got Rick. Yeah, good morning, Rick. Native Atheist, Deep Arcs. Yes, all the familiar faces. Logan Fisher, Mark Reed. Hello, everybody. All right, I can keep going and going, but I'm gonna have to start the show. Okay, and yeah, there's been a lot of stress in my last couple of weeks, so I'm not going to lie and say that I'm doing all peachy keen and I'm doing great, because I'm not. But I'm trying and I'm surviving. So I hope that nobody's don't waste your energy worrying about me. Worry about the people that if you wanna help me, worry about the people that I worry about. Because I'm not selfish. I'm a 40-year-old trans woman. Okay, going through this at 40. What happens to me and what you guys see happen to me on the public square is happening to kids, right? That's who we need to worry about, okay? So that's all I have to say about the drama, is that if you're worried about me, worry about the people I'm worried about. That's where my mental health will be. That's the world that we live in. Yeah, worry about that storm. I live in the Mississippi Valley, so This is where storms that hit the Appalachias and everything, that hit the ooh, there it goes again. Yes. Actually, I'm gonna go look real quick. I'll be right back. I can still hear, but it's just flat gray. I was hoping it'd be rolling clouds, because it's the time of year where we get these really beautiful rolling cloud storms that'll light up with the lightning inside the clouds. Yeah, I may instead of mushroom hunting, I may just spend the day sitting on the it's not going to give me any break. I may just spend the afternoon after the show sitting on the back screened in porch watching the storm roll in, because that faces west, and our storms come from the west. I live in the Midwest, like I was saying, and I grew up in Tornado Alley. You know, I grew up in Missouri, and the storms that come down out of the Rockies kind of pick up a lot of moisture here, because this little valley is a sponge. It runs all the way down from Minnesota to Louisiana, right? It's just this big spongy area of all this moist soil, right? And so these storms, when they come through, there's this humidity, I guess is the best way to describe it, rising from the Mississippi Valley.